Another day, another shitty world we live in. Um, yeah, it's not good. I've made several videos before, never uploaded them. Not about this topic, which was enough I think I spoke about years ago. And I did make a few good points there, I think, but I think now it's more relevant. Well, given like the Clippy movement now, we literally do not want corporate entities doing the shit to us, like accepting cookies, subscriptions, basically meaning that we don't own anything, and it's become a huge problem. And then I saw a comment on a recent Lewis Rossman video about the what is it? Um, yeah, the subscription thing with cars anyway. Because this was about Volkswagen, I think, for some reason, very stupidly, locking the the speed, the horsepower, I think it was actually, behind a subscription. But what the fuck? This is just so dystopian. I haven't watched Black Mirror to be clear, but apparently it's like that. Makes sense, yeah. Um, but it's just ridiculous. Like, why do this? It just makes no sense. Also, it's really dystopian and detached from reality in the sense that you're not the person driving these fucking cars, so why the hell are you doing this to people? I seriously do not get this. It completely boggles the mind. It's like insanely dangerous too. Like, what the hell? I don't really get what the mentality is here. Like, what benefit does this have? It's just absolutely nuts. I don't really know what else I can say, but there was a comment on this video that really took my interest, and that was about how essentially subscriptions used to be that you got something in return. And the example that I saw used, which I thought was pretty good actually, it's like when you subscribe to a magazine, for example. Probably a niche thing that many people don't remember, but that was literally how it worked back in the day. You literally just bought a subscription for like a magazine, or in my case, I used to buy a subscription for a vegan lifestyle box to try a bunch of different products that I never normally try, including things like I think there's like candles and like healthcare stuff, not healthcare, skincare, and that was always interesting to me. That's it's something I got to keep, and also gave me some sort of insight into the various things around it. Really, like what is this shit like? I've never tried it, and if I end up liking it, I can just add it to my favourites and get it again someday. There's definitely been some things I've discovered through that weren't possible through anything else. It really goes to show that when subscriptions meant that you can keep something, it was more meaningful. Whilst it is like perishable goods to an extent, like even like the magazines, for example, like you got to keep them. And the reason that people, I think, like them anyway, because there's literally physical media that you can collect over time and keep. And I've actually in the vegan lifestyle box used to get recipes in them, and used to I used to put them in like a binder sort of thing. Those plastic pockets, and unfortunately I lost that because it's from my asshole housemate. But like, they gave recipes and stuff, and it was very interesting. They also gave a bit of paper showing everything that was in the box and what you could have gotten as well, because there's sometimes like a random chance that you get different flavors. Um, it's interesting, and unfortunately that place shut down because I don't think it was very affordable. But then they reopened recently, and I think they just do like warehouse sort of thing. There's no subscription box anymore, and they also join with partners to sort of distribute that. Yeah, like subscriptions in terms of like gaming and I mean playing Final Fantasy 14 here. But how do you make it so that it's worthwhile? I've been thinking about it, and one of the first things I need to do is stop charging for a new expansion. I think it's a stupid model. It's just really bad. Charging for a new expansion is just it's really a slippery slope, especially if you join the game late and you know you want to get to the end game as fast as possible, and suddenly you can't go to level 100, you can't go to Dawn Trail because you have to buy the expansion, which is just stupid. I'd rather pay a slightly more expensive subscription than paying the expansion price. So it's just extremely bizarre, but then how do you address the subscription thing to make it sort of worthwhile? And I think this is a little more difficult to an extent. I do think there's like a way you can handle it. And I think if you want actual ownership, I think you should be able to keep things that you've got essentially. Like, for example, on this, you should be able to keep like a save that's like perhaps cloud based, but you get to download sort of data or something, and you get all like the quests and also your characters, which you can actually save. I think. Also, like collection and glamour. Like, there needs to be like something in return, and I don't know exactly what it could be. Like, it could even be like a fucking piece of mail. And you get like some sort of update or something mailed to you about stats in the game. Even emailed, like, it still works that way. So I'm trying to think like how you make these things worthwhile without obviously stopping this model, which does clearly work, and I think does benefit the game to an extent. I would prefer if it was just a thing you just buy. Also, I think you have to buy the game itself, which is dumb. I don't know why they still do that. But yeah, like, if you get to keep things about it or whatever, you have proper ownership of it, there's not really any problem, but the subscription-based model is problematic just in general. And this is why I made the switch to basically one-time purchase items. I'm thinking about buying DaVinci Resolve because even though I hate it, it served me well. It's the only video software that, of all the shitty ones, including this, that is actually decent. It's pretty much that. I've also bought things like Clip Studio Paint, which unfortunately is a microtransaction hellscape, because anyone could sell anything and charge you extra for it, which is stupid. There are probably better ones out there. But the other thing is, was it FL Studio? That's it. And I've bought quite a few things on that, and I've never seen a VST that charges you subscription costs. Until I tried to make a Snail's House cover, essentially, in one of my songs. Covers, I should say. And that was, I think, Splice, which has caused me nothing but problems, and I wish I could just get rid of it at this point. There's not really any point in keeping it, actually. But it has some good plugins, but it's a subscription cost, and it's kind of greedy in that sense, because I think it's like every 4 weeks, which some people won't know. You can get months with, I think, an extra few days, yeah. Yeah, like literally this month, like 31 days. Then it just sort of gets in the way. Instead of like charging every first of the month, it's like, we're going to charge you every 4 weeks. It's like, that's not good. So you're technically losing money in that sense. I just don't like the model. And for something as simple as Splice, like, at least to me it's simple anyway. Don't actually know how to use it properly, but it's pretty easy to wrap your head around. It needs to be worthwhile. and you don't actually keep anything from the subscription itself, which fucking sucks. I just don't like that it's a subscription. Of the like 15 or 20 plus VSTs I have, this is the first one that has a subscription model. It just makes no sense. Like, why? Everyone else is doing something different to you, so why are you charging? Like, I just want to buy it, and I've searched everywhere for options to just buy it outright. It doesn't exist. So it just fucking sucks. I just can't believe it myself. It's just, it's supposed to rip my hair out. But, anyway, subscriptions suck. I need a better solution. Thanks for watching. I need to go to shit now.